Okay, guys, let's talk about perfect squares and cubes. So we've talked a lot about perfect squares and square roots this year. As a quick overview, we know that the square root of 25 is 5 because 5 times 5 equals 25. We also know that the square root of 36 is 6 because 6 times 6 equals 6, or 36. The 10, the square root of 100 is 10 because 10 times 10 equals 100. Those are what we call perfect squares. They multiply out to give us exactly that number. Non-perfect squares would be like the square root of 27. We know that it would be 5 point something because it's in between the square root of 25 and the square root of 36. We're going to use that knowledge to build on and talk about perfect cubes, so cubed roots. So a square root, like the square root of 16, is 4 because 4 times 4 equals 16. We know that there are two numbers we have to, or it's the same number we have to multiply together twice. A cubed root is exactly the same, except we do it 3 times instead of 2 times. So for example, the cubed root of 64 is 4 because 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64. And I can prove that to you by doing 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 equals 64. You may use a calculator to check that, but there's the math. So that's what a cubed root is, simply put. I'm going to run through a couple more examples, and I'm going to ask that you fill in the rest on your chart. So the cubed root of 8. So we're looking for a number times a number times a number that equals 8. So we need 3 of them. Now, some people may be tempted to say 1 times 2 times 4. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8. However, they have to be the same number over and over again. So we need the same number. And 1 times 1 times 1 would not cut it, because 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. That means the cubed root of 1 is 1. To get 8, we need to think of a different number we can multiply together. So 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. The cubed root of 8 is 2. You can keep going to find the other cubed roots. So you can start with 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. That means the cubed root of 27 is 3. We just talked about the cubed root of 64 being 4, and I'll do one more example with you. 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125. We can work that out to the side, or you may use a calculator. But that means that the cubed root of 125 equals 5. Fill out the rest of your chart. The best way to be successful with these cubed roots and square roots is to memorize them. I would start with a few each day and try to build up your knowledge or your memorization of them so that you don't have to work these problems out.